Back on the pitch tonight, how significant a moment is that when you've been out for, 3 or 4 months? Probably the most significant layoff you've had as a senior player. How big was it to be back?
Oh, it was massive for me, like mentally anyway, because it's long when you've been out for so long. Like you can see the lads like playing week in, week out, and you just want to like be able to help as much as you can. But just like little things like training, where you're doing the gym, it overlooks training and stuff. You're itching to get back out and stuff. It was massive for me to play Tuesday. To be fair, yeah.
It's pretty obvious to say that physically there are challenges to overcome when you've been injured, but are those mental challenges almost as difficult, particularly when you get quite close, when you feel like maybe you're ready but the medical staff are saying you're not quite there?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was the biggest thing for me mentally, because like at the start we didn't really know what was like completely wrong, do you know what I mean? And it just took a while to like get like going sort of, but like as soon as I started in the gym with the physios and stuff, it was sound, to be honest. And like physically I felt fine. It's just like you have to just keep going and make sure everything's right before you can come back, really, don't you? So
how do you take your mind off it when you can't play, or does it occupy kind of every waking moment?
It does. It's more when I come into footy, because like you're around the lads and stuff, and they're training and you're not and stuff. When I go home, it's fine, because like I'm with my family. I go see my friends and stuff and whatever, and just chill and just try and take your mind off it as much as possible, to be fair.
When you get close enough to be considered, are you like straining at the leash, desperate to get out there? How much of a boost was it when you found out you'd be playing Tuesday?
To be fair, on Monday I was buzzing, to be honest. I went home saying to my mum, like, I just can't wait to play. And I know it was a big game and stuff, but like you get normally quite nervous for games, but like I was so excited to play just because it was so long, do you know what I mean?
You had that spell at the start of the season playing left back, came back in there at left back this week. Are we seeing lots of versatility from you? Are you quite happy to try and nail down one of these positions at full back?
Yeah, I don't mind where I play, to be fair. Just like I just want to play as much as possible, really. I'm happy to play wherever, as long as like I'm playing. Like I'm happy to play. Do you know what I mean?
How different is that role? Because I think in 2025 we hear a lot about fullbacks moving into midfield and getting involved and linking play and passing the ball and all that kind of stuff. Is it not as different as it might have been 5 years ago to play fullback to playing in the centre of midfield?
No, it's not, too fair, and especially because I'm coming inside on my right foot. It's a bit more natural me coming inside, where like I can get on the ball more and like get forward more and link the play more. It's just like certain little bits like receiver on your left foot's just not as natural, but like it's still fine, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, is that something that improves with doing it over and over again and getting used to it?
Yeah, definitely. Like the first few games took like getting used to, and then I got used to it in the end. And, like obviously got injured, but like I felt fine the other night, so I'm made up.
It's a big time to be back, isn't it? There's a run of games against teams that are sort of in and around you in that bottom third of the table. Obviously a big win the other night. How important is it that you can follow it up?
Well, it was massive. I've seen a couple of lads, like, hopefully we win tomorrow, and because the games are coming thick and fast these next few weeks, like we can take some momentum into the next few games, get a couple of wins together and get more points on the board.
I think it's human nature, isn't it, that you do look at the bottom two and you do look at the danger potentially that you could be in. How much does it help the confidence levels, the belief levels to get a few points on the board and build that gap?
Yeah, it's massive, and I think the win the other night gave everyone a good boost, because like obviously Chammy were down there with us, so like it gave a massive boost going into tomorrow. Like feel confident, yeah. It's
that old cliche of 6 pointers, isn't it? But if you're beating teams around you, you're staying above them, you're adding to that gap. Is it almost more important in these games against teams around you than getting results against the top teams in some ways?
Yeah, in some ways, yeah, because you're half keeping them below you, aren't you? But we don't want to just keep looking at the teams below us. Like, if we can get more points to the board and start climbing the table, like that's good. Like, yeah.
I guess that's got to be on your mind, hasn't it, to reel some of those teams in that are above you and kind of try and climb over them. I think you could maybe catch one this weekend with 3 points and be within a couple of points of another couple.
Yeah, hopefully we can just drag more teams into it and we just climb above, hopefully.
And I suppose the big question is, when you've been out for a long time, as we've talked about, and the games are coming thick and fast, how much of a challenge is that for you physically and mentally to play game after game after game after game?
Yeah, to be fair, I was knackered the other day. Like after the game, I was knackered. Especially when we had 8 added on at the end. I was thinking, like, when's it gonna end? But I was made up, to be honest. And like, it took me a day or two to like fully recover. But I feel fine now. And like mentally, I just can't wait to play again tomorrow now.
How much does adrenaline kick in? How much, when you're thinking, I am knackered, do you sort of find another gear or find something else and just get through?
Yeah, you do. Like, you can't really describe it. It's just like little things. Like, as soon as like a ball will drop and it'll go on a counter, like a switch just clicks and you just start bursting forward. And then once the play breaks down or goes out to something, you think, so, like, I'm knackered. Do you know what I mean?
And competition for places, there's been additions made in January. There were obviously additions made in the summer. How much does that keep everybody on their toes? You know, there was half a dozen changes the other night, change of system. We don't know what the team selection is going to be for the weekend, but is everybody in the mix kind of thing? Does everybody feel like if you're fit, you've got a chance?
Oh yeah, we've got lads coming back through, so like the competition's high, like as soon as you drop off, then another lad can come in and take your shirt. So like, you're just got to make sure, like, every time you play, you're just giving everything you can and do the best you can.